you and I talked a little bit about this before we got into the show. What was the biggest takeaway? That was a significant effort. I mean, 300, 400 episodes. I mean, that's a ton of hours. And I know you don't do anything that you don't see significant ROI. It has to be positive.
So the idea behind it was, at the time I was kind of battling with my council. I didn't feel like I was really progressing. And I think part of the problem for me was that I was a councilman. So when you're a commissioner, and I have to explain a little bit of the Miami dynamics, you're downstairs in what I call the pit, down there with the commissioners, dealing with day-to-day issues, doing a lot of stuff there. And so that's a win-lose kind of situation. You vote on something, you either won the vote or you lost the vote, and it's very competitive. So I had to battle sometimes without even a majority. And I was fighting, I vetoed things that I had to try to maintain my authority. When I was mayor, I realized I had to pivot, had to evolve. And the evolution was, and I remember this, I got to give Carlos Curbelo and JP Chavez, who are dear friends that were counseling me at the time, they were the ones that came up with this idea of sort of what they call the second floor mentality. So the way City Hall is structured, the mayor's on the second floor, the council's on the first floor. The council deals with the day-to-day business, and the mayor's job is to be above that, right? The mayor's job is to set the course, steer the ship, and create broad policy. And so I saw the podcast as a means of doing that, of using what you would call maybe soft powers, like not actual power, right? Like I couldn't say, hey, Magic Johnson, you must be here at the podcast. No, I had to build a relationship with Magic, and I had to come to a place where I could invite him and he would say yes. Right?
It works so beautifully. It's so effective.
It was beautiful because I got to weave in these incredible people, whether they be celebrities or otherwise, everyday people, into a story. And this goes to what we were talking about before, Fred. Like, you've got to tell your story. And if you don't tell the story, and if you don't tell it well, you're not going to inspire people to invest. You're not going to inspire confidence, and you're not going to grow. And so I think what we did with the podcast was we told this story and people believed it. They were like, oh my God, this is really happening. Miami is really changing.